All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. Hey, we want to start off first and foremost by giving Kal Halayim al Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakah Wadash. A double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone who feed and nourish us through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. A salutation, shalom, and blessings to you sincere Akim that's truly in this thing and pushing this word, truth, and sincerity.
That's right. All right. So like with that, we just gonna jump into this topic dealing with the Venezuelan crisis. All right, which the situation down there in Venezuela is nothing more than the so-called white man, which is the devil according to the Bible, the biblical Edomites. All right, that's what Apostle Torah said we should start saying. You know, it's a waste of time even calling them the devil because they don't understand, you know, so just letting them know, hey, you're the biblical Edomites. All right, that does more damage than, you know, you devil, you know. When you call them an Edomite, when you call the so-called white man the biblical nationality, that's something that drives them crazy, man. Because that's something that they've been running from all these years, right? Mm-hmm. But the Venezuelan crisis is amping up, and it's showing that Esau's house is divided. Okay, because when you had Abraham, our forefather Abraham, in which the apostles had mentioned this, I believe Apostle Torah had mentioned this. When you had our forefather Abraham and Lot, you know, part ways, in the sense of their cattle being too much, and it wasn't enough land or whatnot. That's just that. Hey, look, if you go this way, I'm gonna go this way. If you go this way, I'm gonna go that way, and that's your land. That's my land. Mm-hmm. Now, colonialism, when all these Edomite nations was going when they came to the New World to take over the Northern Kingdom, all right, take over North, Central, and South America, so on and so forth. Like you would think that they would be content with whatever they conquered that belonged to Israelites. Yeah. Yeah. And then, you know, even years later, okay, that's cool. Like, we're both from the same nation. You just stay over there, do your thing, and I do my thing. We trade, do business, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But you see, you looking at the map of America alone, and the territories that was ruled by Esau from the time that they came to the Americas is hella different. You know what I'm saying? Like you had something called the Louisiana Purchase. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Where it used to be way bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? Ruled by France. But now it's just, you know, condensed to Louisiana or whatnot. All right? So that just goes to show that Esau is not content with his rulership that he was blessed with. And as the scriptures say, his desire is as hell. His desire is as hell.
He can't be satisfied.
Can't be satisfied, man.
Yeah, he's unsatiable. He's unsatisfied. He never quenches his appetite. Yeah. You know, that's the spirit of the devil for you, man. Mm-hmm. That's what it is, man.
Yeah. So hey, this what we're seeing is the two superpowers, America, all right, known as Babylon the Great, and Russia, known as Gog and Magog in the Bible. Mm-hmm. You're seeing them about to clash. So that situation down there in Brazil is going. I mean, so like in Venezuela, it's going to take things to a whole nother level, and it's going to affect all Israel.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, it's going to affect the world. Yeah, truly, because it's prophecy, man. And Yahweh Shah said it. He said a kingdom that is divided against itself cannot stand. So them two coming head to head is a telltale sign of Esau going down and Jacob rising. Mm-hmm. You know,
because as the Edomites clash, it's going to bring the Israelites closer together. All right, in particular the elect. All right, so this is from BBC.com, News, Real Latin America. It says Venezuela crisis, Maduro to close border with Brazil. And you can chime in, if you got any info.
Okay.
All right, it says the embattled leftist leader went on TV to say that he was only considering shutting, that he was also considering shutting the border with Colombia to stop the opposition from bringing in relief. And the leftist leader they're talking about is President Nicolas Maduro, who is the elected president, which was elected by the people, the Venezuelan citizens. Okay, but notice they call him a leftist because if you don't line up with Babylon the Great, you're a leftist. I mean, you left field. He says he denies any crisis and calls the aid delivery plans a U.S. cause. And he denies any crisis and calls the aid delivery plans a U.S. orchestrated show. All right, so he's saying that planned delivery or the delivery aid, the aid that's supposed to be delivered to that country, Venezuela, which is going to be coming through Colombia. They also was talking about Brazil as well. It's nothing but a planned U.S. orchestrated show, man.
Yeah, for them to look good.
Yeah,
for them to look good to the world, but yet underneath the surface, what are they doing? They're destabilizing the economy, and they're trying to set up their puppets in that country so that they can siphon all the resources and then they can get out of there scot-free. That's what they do. That's their track record, man. And all these nations are privy to what America does now. So that's exactly why Maduro's not letting them come up in there.
Yep, beautifully put. It says opposition leader Juan Guaido is leading a convoy to the Colombian border from the capital, Caracas. All right, so the Colombian border, which borders Venezuela, this is where it says this dude's he's leading the convoy, man.
You don't see that. You don't see presidents leading the soldiers no more. Hey, that's beautiful all in itself.
Yeah.
This man's he's leading the convoy to the border. Like, it's about to go down in this one, man. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Come on. It says Mr. Guaido declared himself interim leader during anti-government protests last month and is recognized by dozens of foreign states. And these foreign states, are states that side with America in the interest of Venezuelan oil. All right, but as it says, he declared himself interim leader. That's like a fucking government shutdown happens. That like a motherfucker when a government shutdown had happened during the middle of that. Some new motherfucker that don't nobody know about say I'm president of the U.S. now. You know what I'm saying? Like, get your ass out of here, man. But this is okay. That's pretty much the point on that. There's more articles, but I just want to jump into these scriptures. So if you want to start with
yep.
Revelation.
This is Revelation 20 verse 7. It says, "And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison."
Right. So that 1,000 years is talking about what the world knows as the Renaissance.
Dark Ages.
Okay. Excuse me, the Dark Ages. So like it. I'm thinking about Renaissance now because it's about to.
Because Esau coming back.
It's about to. Yeah, exactly. I'm jumping the gun. The while ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, that 1,000 years is the Dark Ages, like the brother was saying. And that's when we had Esau in captivity, when he was a base man, grunting, all right, like a wild animal, eating juniper roots, banging animals, eating lice, out of their people's hair,
Like monkeys.
Yeah, like monkeys.
Groom each other and shit, man. Eat drinking out of their grandparents' bowls and shit. Like they was really the base men, like the lowest you can get. They was at the bottom of the totem pole.
Man, like their restroom, their kitchen, their bathroom, their graveyard,
their hygiene,
everything was right there in a cave.
Yeah,
think about that. You see these movies with these Edomites that go on these crazy ass adventures and they stumble into a cave and the walls is all slimy and there's water dripping and shit. Yeah. And then they get to some point and it's all these bones and shit and you can tell like people was doing rituals. That was Esau, man.
Yeah.
That was Esau. Okay? So Revelation 20:7. And when 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. Oh, so like you was reading. I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
All right, verse 9. It says, and they went up.
So like real quick. So it said. The 1,000 years, as we explained, that's the Dark Ages, when Esau was in captivity and Israelites was ruling. All right, we was ruling over there in Europe.
You had the Moors, you had the Constantine, the Byzantine Empire.
Yep.
You know, you had the Aztecs over here in the Americas. You know what I'm saying? You had Israel was ruling, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Come on. Yeah, we was in power, man. You had the Holy Roman Empire and you had the Byzantine Empire. Which the Holy Roman Empire was Jakes that believed in Christianity. Meanwhile, you had the Byzantine Empire, which was ruled by Jakes that believed in Islam. All right, so that right there was Jake being divided. And look what happened. People really don't even know about that history. So guess what? Who's in power right now? Esau.
Yeah.
All right, and they're divided because those people over in Russia, despite them being demons, they're Edomites and devils, but a large part of them are into Eastern Orthodox Christianity.
Yeah, Christianity, and they're Muslims too.
Yeah, exactly. So people here in Babylon, Edomites here in Babylon is damn atheists. Yeah. You got the ones in the Bible Belt that's claim to believe in God.
Hardcore Christians.
Yeah, but a lot of them might be Jakes.
Yeah.
But it just shows that it's divided. Okay.
Verse 9 it says, and they went up on the breadth of the earth and compassed the camp of the saints about, and the beloved city, and fire came down from Yahweh out of heaven and devoured them.
Right, because as it's stated that when Esau, all right,
verse 8.
When Esau, after that 1,000 years was expired, that he was loosed from his prison. And we know that the spiritual demon Satan dwells within the Edomites, the nation of Edom. So they're compassing the camp of the saints, all right, which is dealing with the nation of Israel. All right, when you read the book of Psalms, it tells you that Israel are the saints of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. So them having their armies, all right, to go out for battle, because that's everything you see in the news right now. It's all geared towards World War III.
Right.
And with it being geared toward World War III, the scriptures talk about a time of Jacob's trouble. So a part of that Jacob's trouble is going to come from a large part of that is going to come from Satan being loose, gathering Gog, Gog and Magog, and compassing the camp of the saints, which is the Hebrew Israelites, all right, which is the beloved city, because as it says also in Revelation that New Jerusalem, all right, being a city is going to come down out of heaven. which is talking about the chariots of Yahweh Shem Shai.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
You want to read the last little part?
Yep. Verse 10. It says.
The middle of verse 9.
Verse 9. Okay. Verse 9, starting in the middle, it says, "And the beloved city, and fire came down from Yahweh out of heaven and devoured them."
Right, because that fire is going to be thermonuclear missiles, as well as the fire from the laser beams.
Yeah.
You know, the fire from the lasers that's going to come from the chariots. All right. So that fire is going to come down from heaven and burn up Esau. All right, the wicked.
And you 2/3.
Yeah, and you 2/3. We gonna harp upon Esau though. You know, fuck 2/3 at the same time.
You know? Yep. Verse 10. It says, "And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever."
Yeah. So, the camp of the saints being the Israelites, and guess what? Those that get deceived is gonna partake in that fire and brimstone, which a large, or how should I phrase it? The main thing Esau is going to deceive Jacob with 2/3 with is the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. Yeah, Karagma. All right, so that's why the brother mentioned 2/3 is going to be right along with Esau, because it says the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet, right, which the beast is NATO and the EU. All right, the false prophet is the Roman the Vatican, the Roman Catholic Church, the Vatican, you know, Roman Catholic Church, and shall be tormented day and night forever. All right, so if you get deceived and you take that RFID chip, you're gonna be right along with your father, the devil, getting your Michael Phelps on, man. All right, until you burn, till your bones turn to powder. You know.
What you want next?
I'm gonna grab an article, but we can read.
Malachi.
Yeah, we can read Malachi.
With it right now, or you get the article?
I'm gonna read the article. All right. Well, actually, we can read Malachi. Just one, you can start at 1.
All right. This is Malachi 1:1. It says the burden of the burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. "I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I loved Jacob."
Right, Esau and Jacob and Esau were brothers. But as the scripture says, the Most High, He loved Jacob. All right, despite Jacob and Esau being brothers, the Most High, He loves Jacob. All right, the nation of Israel. Okay, and it's another emotion that the Heavenly Father has for the nation of Edom.
Verse 3 says, "And I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness."
Right, that's why they constantly want to go and take what's not theirs. Right, the Edomites, the so-called Caucasians. The reason why they go around the world and jack everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's like a, you know, you order a pizza and the pizza man comes to your door. He all knock hella hard and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know how a pizza man knock hard, so everybody can hear. You know what I'm saying? And then you're like, oh yeah, the pizza man's here. You go to the door. As soon as you open the door, this nigga got a bazooka. This nigga got a bazooka, a rocket launcher. Wow! All you see is a big ass barrel. And you're like, oh, you know, that's what Esau has done to the whole whole world. And the reason why he's doing that is because the Most High hates his ass and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Meaning his whole, they have no salt, they have no heritage, they have nothing, which is why they had to go around the world and steal everybody else's, man.
Yeah.
And they have to continue to do that to keep the world from waking up to like, oh shit, no, that's really us.
Yeah.
Like, oh, so you stole it all, you know?
Hey, Micah 2 and the second chapter, first and second verse,
Yeah.
man. Hey, matter of fact, I'm gonna grab it real quick.
Yep.
I'm saying, go ahead and read it. Huh?
Go ahead.
All right, this is Micah 2 and 1. It says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand."
Mm-hmm. When this is their rulership. This is Esau's rulership, man. So he can go to sleep and dream about, have some demonic ass dream. You know, wake up and for the next
and make that dream true.
For the next 10 years, he just planning on how he gonna fucking just, you know what I'm saying, put the wheels in motion.
Yeah.
And then after he puts the wheels in motion, he knows it's gonna be some another 10 years before it's fully implemented. The effects of the implementation is apparent. Just like GMOs and chemtrails and all that. That shit that they was doing way back then, that they fucking thought of way back then, and now
you're starting to see the effects. That's why cancer is at an all-time high. You got obesity and just homosexuality. It's all stems from the chemicals and the way that they're making your body block off the spirit, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's all this shit's doing, is making your body just block the spirit. That's all it is, man. It's calcifying your pineal gland. You know?
Yeah, it's altering your genes too.
Yeah.
Your genes is getting all just jacked up to where like men is growing titties now. You know what I'm saying? Like the natural testosterone levels that you naturally have in your body as a man is pretty much Esau is using like witchcraft to take the masculine energy of a man and push that on a woman, and then take the feminine energy of a woman and push that on a man. Like, and it's like if you've seen a witch casting a spell, Esau is really, Satan is doing that, you know. But he's using the fucking the nation of Edom to do it, man. Mm-hmm. And people can't even see it.
Can't see it because they don't have the eyes to see nor the ears to hear.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
That's why Apostle Ricard was going into this past week out in Connecticut, the live camp. You know, you got the left hand and the right hand, and the left hand, as real as the right hand is, the left hand is real as well, as far as them Esau just doing wickedness, those demons doing wickedness, like unseen things you can't even see, shit be happening to you.
Yeah.
You know, as much as we see 144 and triple digit numbers, and you can be thinking about something and then it'll happen. You know, as much as we experience that every day, we also see wicked shit that other people is just right over their head.
You see it when motherfuckers is cutting you off.
Mm-hmm.
Or you go about to take a turn, and the motherfucker on the bike just smashes past you. You gotta brake hella fast. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. So that's that left hand moving, just like the right hand's moving. You see the 144s, and you know what I'm saying? You see the spiritual things on the right hand side. You see them on the left hand side too. You just gotta know what you're seeing, man. You just gotta understand what you're seeing.
You gotta have that eye salve.
Exactly.
You know,
mm-hmm.
It was crazy, man. This fat ass bitch on a bike, just cut, just right. I'm driving, and she just it's like she was coming right at me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like it was crazy. Like she wanted to get hit, man. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, look at this. I seen it. I was like, look at this goddamn demon, man. This bitch don't even see me, man. If I would have kept just driving You know what I'm saying? Or if I would have just hit the gas a little bit more, I could have hit that bitch, man. You know? But yeah, this shit's crazy, man.
Hey, but hey, we know and understand.
Yeah.
We know and understand, man.
Yeah.
You know? Hey, verse 2, it says, and they cover fields and take them by violence.
Right. So going back to Venezuela, what do you think they're doing? What do you think America's trying to do? They're trying to take Venezuela by violence. All right, that's why they set that puppet Guido up in there, and they got him so headstrong on I'm the president that this dude's barking orders to the military. We'll get the article talking about y'all got 3 days to get with the Constitution or else. You know what I'm saying? So all these Venezuelan military commanders and whatnot, they supposed to just jump ship and rock with Guido, and there's a statement to them saying like over our dead bodies, like we ain't about to do that.
I don't even make sense. These are the men that are supposed to be defending this country, and you're telling them get with it or else. Who the fuck are you gonna get to fight them? Because these are the ones that you're supposed to be in control of.
But this is who they're gonna get to fight them.
Oh, America.
Yeah,
yeah.
But that's why he's so adamant about y'all got 3 days because at least they know that they ain't got a lot of time, right? So here it is. As the scripture said, and they cover fields and take them by violence.
Mm-hmm.
So they want to use violence to actually get up into a. They don't want to do no diplomatic. You know, we gonna talk and
take too long to have
a vote. We gonna have the Venezuelan people vote because they already know the Venezuelan people is gonna be backing Maduro. You know what I'm saying? So they're like, nah, fuck that. We just gonna cut straight to the chase and bring that firepower.
That hell's fury.
Yeah.
Let me finish this off real quick. Yeah, it says. Started off. This is Micah 2:2. It says, and they cover fields and take them by violence, and the houses, and they take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage.
Mm-hmm. And that's what they're doing down there to the people in Venezuela.
Mm-hmm.
What little bit of that fictitious heritage that they currently have, because that's really not their heritage. That Spanish Latin shit. All right, their heritage is what we are reading right now, the scriptures, man. All right, but nonetheless, Esau, they're gonna oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that whole country is feeling oppression because of Esau's greed. All right.
Yeah, that's true.
You want to jump back to Malachi?
Yeah. It's back to Malachi, chapter 1, verse 4. It says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever.
Yeah, so they're trying to build. They're continuously building.
Mm-hmm.
All right, because all they do is destroy. All right, so they're continuously building, but the Lord said He's gonna throw down, man. All right, the Lord is He's gonna throw down America with that fire that we read about here in Revelation, man. All right, and fire came down from the Most High out of heaven and devoured them. That's we're gonna see that soon, Lord willing. That happened to the nation of Edom. Okay, and it says the Lord has indignation against Esau forever. All right, so the Lord actually hates so-called white men, and they're called the border of wickedness. So anywhere this devil spreads his tentacles, there's going to be wickedness going on within his borders.
Yeah.
Right, and what the earth is given into the hands of the wicked.
To the hands of the wicked, and a border is the end of something.
Yeah.
You know, like you got the border between America and Canada. So it's the end of America and the beginning of Canada. So Esau is going to be the end of wickedness, man. You know, because when Jacob rises, man, it's gonna be righteousness is gonna prevail and flourish throughout the earth.
Yeah, but as it says in Second Measures 6 and 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
I believe it's Isaiah the 4th chapter, if I'm not mistaken, where it talks about this kind of, that chapter goes in on how Israel is going to be rose up and wickedness is going to be put down. If I'm not mistaken.
If you can find it, you know, grab it. I'm gonna read some more of this article. Or start reading on this article. This is Guaido. Actually, this is from CBS Miami. The website Miami CBSlocal.com. It says Guaido to Venezuelan military. They have 3 days to side with the Constitution. All right. It says the interim president of Venezuela, Juan Guaido, is calling citizens to mobilize this Saturday to demand the entry of humanitarian aid to the country and is delivering a clear message to the Venezuelan military. Guaido sent a message to the officials of the National Armed Forces on Wednesday saying Nicolas Maduro is in resistance. Crazy, man. This is crazy. Gentlemen of the National Armed Forces have 3 days to side with the Constitution, abide by the order of the President of the Republic, and allow humanitarian aid to enter in, Guaido said in a tweet. So this dude is just barking orders, man, which really those orders is coming from the elites. All right. It says Guaido stressed that Venezuelans will be going to military bases and outposts to demand that the aid is admitted. All right. So this dude said he stressed that the Venezuelans, all right, they're using civilians, all right, because nothing looks better than the military of the country that's defying their president. Mm-hmm. They're responsible for mowing down a whole bunch of peaceful citizens. That's the shit that they doing over in Haiti. Yeah, where those 5 American ex-soldiers got arrested for riding around with no plates on 2 vehicles. They were driving two trucks that didn't have plates on them.
Up to no good.
They got stopped by a border check, right? They got stopped by a border check. Was asked what they was doing in the country. They said that they were on a government mission, and one of them they said my boss will be in contacting your boss or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Letting them know that they was up to no good.
Over your head, yeah.
They found them with semi-automatic rifles and a whole bunch of pistols with a shitload of ammunition, drones, and three one of those phones you can use anywhere. Satellite phones.
Satellite phones, yeah.
Yeah, so they got caught with all that, and they was trying to Haiti's own government was trying to get them released that same day, mm-hmm. But they wasn't able to. You know what I'm saying? Which if the government of Haiti was trying to get those motherfuckers released that same day, that lets you know that they're in on it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. So that's the same thing that is going on here, man. There would be nothing better than for Esau or the Western media to publicize in the news. Oh, look how bad Maduro is because his military mowed down peaceful protesters that was trying to deliver food to these garrisons and army posts and shit, so there's people to eat because there's a crisis going on. Mm-hmm. You know, this is devil slick, man. It says he indicated that the National Assembly is progressing on the route it pursued and maintained that free and legitimate elections will be held in the country. The Assembly is taking clear steps we will go to free elections in Venezuela. All right, so let's see if these does gonna say. Well, actually, I don't want to get copyright infringement.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't even play that video.
Yeah. That shit. All right. But yeah, so we'll grab the next article and then we'll finish out with the scriptures. So this is from TASS.com. It says Russia to send humanitarian aid to Venezuela through World Health Organization channels. Now, World Health Organization channels is another one of Esau's corporations or organizations. It says organizations right there. one of those organizations that Esau set up, which is nothing more than an avenue for them to do wickedness.
Yeah, and for them to go into different countries and shit, undetected.
Yeah,
because they're coming in the name of humanitarian aid.
Yeah. Yep.
Shit, wicked.
Mm-hmm. Just like the white helmets, the UN peacekeepers.
Yeah, the peacekeepers. Yeah.
Which it's been hella articles that came out that tell you that they've been molesting children.
Children, yeah.
Boys, girls, raping women.
Anybody's getting it.
Shitting and pissing in Haiti's water supply, which is why they got cholera. Back in 2010 when the earthquake happened? You had fucking Elon, all right, the East Indian, which they're Elamites according to the Bible, though the peacekeeping officials from India were the ones that was pissing and shitting in the water, which was running down to the Haitians, and they was getting sick drinking that shit. All right, now it's not a coincidence that who shits and piss on the beach and by their lakes and shit as a whole as a race of people. Elon. East Indians, man. You can watch documentaries or just certain shit on YouTube, and it explains to you how they just walk out to the beach and it's shit just all over that mug, and they just walk right up there, find a spot, squat, take a shit, don't wipe their hands, pull up their pants, and just go on about their day like nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Dirty motherfucker, man.
All right, it says Moscow, February 21st. Moscow will send medicine and medical equipment to Venezuela through the channels of the World Health Organization. A diplomatic source informed TASS. All right, so you got Russia, which is an ally of Venezuela, that did actually send humanitarian aid to Venezuela, and it got there today, or Wednesday, yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. It says a cargo with medicine and medical equipment will be delivered through World Health Organization channels as part of Russia's contribution to the organization, the source said. The ceremony will take place at the Caracas International Airport. Now, when I read this, I was like, you know what? For one, you can't really find too many articles dealing with the Russians actually sending aid to
another country.
No, to Venezuela in particular, because all this you got fake news out there. You got Esau with his disinformation and making it to where certain news articles is accessible over others. So anything that's gonna put Russia or anybody who America is not backing in a good light, they don't want American public to see it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but anything dealing with America sending aid to Venezuela, they're gonna make sure that that's pumped in the news because they want to be looked at as the good guys. Meanwhile, that aid that they're actually sending has all kind of weapons and shit like that those those so-called civilians, all right, and people that back Guaido, that's going to be doing helping going on the convoy to actually get the shit from the border of Brazil and Colombia, bringing that aid back to the people. That a lot of that aid is gonna have guns and grenades and all drones.
They can have it cool.
Yeah, the shit that went on in Syria. With so-called ISIS.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, all the countries in the Middle East that America has infiltrated.
Yeah,
they've done the same thing to all them. Saddam Hussein, Gaddafi. You know, it's the same in every one of those places, man.
There's nothing new. You know. All right. But one thing that stood out to me was it says. Now this is the cargo with medicine and medical equipment will be delivered through World Health Organization channels as part of Russia's contribution to the organization. The source said the ceremony will take place at the Caracas International Airport. And I was thinking, like, why is it got to be a ceremony?
Yeah.
If you know what here it is, these people's in great need, supposedly great need of medical equipment and supplies and food and water. Wouldn't having a ceremony actually hinder the time that the time in which it takes the equipment or whatever the aid to actually get to the people? You know, you can be there faster if you skip the theatricals and you know. Yeah, so what came to mind was that this shit is all staged, man.
Yeah,
both sides, Maduro and Guaido. It's all staged. The puppets they're puppets and the elites is controlling all that shit. It says on Thursday, 7.5 tons will be delivered. A second delivery is planned, but the time frame is unclear. First aid kits and medicine, medical equipment, and consumable items will be delivered to Venezuela, he continued. This would help supply 4 hospitals with emergency units. Another thing too, America doesn't want this aid getting to Venezuela from the Russians, because at the same time the Russians could be doing the same shit, putting the S-400 missile system that a lot of countries in the Middle East been buying from Russia. What if they had some shit, you know, in those big ass Tricons that's coming from Russia, had some of those in there to where Russia can set them up within Venezuela, and you know, generals and whatever can be given commands from Russia, or in the Arctic somewhere with a fucking Russian submarine, and give fucking the combo, and you got missiles that's gonna touch down in America, right in the backyard, right in Venezuela,
right there,
or because you got the U.S. Navy over in the Black Sea, over in that area. You know what I'm saying?